All right, let's talk about one of the biggest headaches for small businesses, right? Social media. Today, we're going to break down a really simple system to turn it from that thing you dread into a tool that actually works for you, one that brings in customers. Ready to stop hearing crickets and start getting clients? Let's dive in. Okay, if you're running a business, I bet this question hits close to home. I mean, we've all been there, right? You stare at a post, it's got maybe one or two likes, and you're just wondering, is anyone even out there? It is so frustrating, but trust me, you are not alone in feeling this way. This is the default for most people. It's what I call the post and hope trap. It's just easier, right? You know you should be posting something, so you throw a picture up there, cross your fingers, and just hope. But that's why it's a trap. It feels like you're doing the work, but you're not getting any of the results. I mean, just look at this. It's all so passive. We're just waiting around, hoping someone else does something, hoping for likes, hoping for comments, hoping that somehow magically this turns into a sale. But you and I both know hope is not a business strategy. It definitely doesn't pay the bills. And here is the absolute bottom line. The whole post and hope thing fails because you're not giving anyone a path forward. You're making your audience do all the work, trying to guess what you want from them. And let's be real, in the endless scroll, if the next step isn't crystal clear, they're just going to keep on scrolling. So, this leads us to the biggest myth in the game, the idea that the answer is to just post more noise, more content, more. But the truth? Posting 10 random things is so much less effective than posting one single, clear, intentional piece of content. Clarity is going to beat volume every single time. And hey, the data doesn't lie. Just look at this. We're talking engagement, leads, retention, all the stuff that actually matters to your business. In every single category, a strategic, thought-out approach just crushes a high-volume, random one. See? It's not about being the loudest voice in the room, it's about being the clearest.
So, how do we get intentional? Well, it all starts with a huge shift in how you think about your content. From now on, every single thing you post has to have a specific job. It's got to be working for your business.
And here they are. These are the only 3 jobs your content ever needs. That's it. A post should either attract your ideal customer, like a quick tip that solves a problem for them, or it's got to build trust, think a great client testimonial or a peek behind the scenes. Or it needs to drive action, a clear post telling them exactly how to book a call with you. This one sentence, this is your new filter for everything. Before you hit that publish button, just ask yourself, what's the job of this post? Is it to attract, build trust, or drive action? If you can't answer in a split second, that post isn't ready. That random photo of your morning coffee? Yeah, it probably doesn't have a job. Okay, I know what you might be thinking. This sounds like a lot more work. But the whole point of this isn't to get a PhD in marketing. It's to get a system, a simple, repeatable process that lets you be consistent and effective without completely burning out. And this is that system. It's a super simple 4-step routine you do once a week. You start with just 15 minutes to plan. Then you sit down for one focused session, maybe 30, 45 minutes, and create everything. Then you schedule it out. And at the end of the week, you take 5 minutes, just 5, to see what worked. That's the whole thing. And here is the best part. The total time this all takes, we're talking about an hour, maybe an hour and a half, for the entire week. That's it. All of a sudden, being consistent isn't some impossible dream. It's just a small, manageable part of your schedule. This isn't about finding more time. It's about making your time count. Seriously, if you take one thing away from this section, let it be this. Success on social media doesn't come from some magic lightning bolt of creativity. It comes from a reliable process, a system that shows up for your audience week in and week out. Okay, so we've got a system. We're making intentional content. Awesome. But there's a missing piece, right? How do we actually connect that content to paying customers? Well, that bridge is called the call to action, or CTA. Without a clear one, even the best content just sits there. A CTA is just you telling your audience what to do next. That's all. And we can break them down into 3 simple types. You've got engagement CTAs, which are low-pressure ways to build community. Then there are conversation CTAs, which open the door to a one-on-one chat. And finally, conversion CTAs, for when they're ready to take that bigger step, like booking a demo or buying something. Now, don't get freaked out by this marketing chart. The idea here is actually incredibly simple. Just meet people where they are. Someone who literally just discovered you 5 seconds ago, they're not ready for a buy now button. but they might love to answer a quick question in the comments. You just use the right tool for the right person at the right time.
And this is so, so important. I know a lot of us are afraid of asking for the sale because we don't want to feel pushy or salesy. But a good CTA isn't a sales pitch, it's a helpful signpost. You're just showing someone who's already interested the easiest way to get the help they're looking for.
All right, what about the tech stuff, the apps, the software? I know the world of social media tools can feel like this big, complicated maze, but I promise you, to get amazing results, you need way less than you think. Ready to see your entire, ridiculously simple set of tools? Here it is. You use something like ChatGPT to smash through writer's block and get ideas down in seconds. You use a simple tool like Canva to make clean visuals, no design skills needed. And to start, just post right from the apps themselves. Easy, zero learning curve. For 90% of what you need to do, these two tools are your powerhouse duo. You've got an AI to help you think and write, and a simple design tool to make it all look great. With just these two, you are ready to create professional content in a fraction of the time. But let's end on the most important idea of this whole thing. The tools, they're just there to help the system run smoothly. They are not the system itself. Remember, the goal is always to work smarter, not harder. And that means you put the right process first, and then the tools work for you. And that, right there, is the transformation. When you put this framework into practice, you're done with the frustrating post and hope cycle for good. You move into a place of clarity, of control, where every single thing you post is an asset that's actively growing your business. You're not just making noise anymore. You're posting with purpose.